We're serious now.
All right, we're serious.
Hey YouTube, this is Ray. That's Dan. And we are going to be working on a set of 1911s today. One is a genuine United States Army, stamped United States Army Colt Firearms M1911A1. A1? A1, yes. Very expensive pistol that I will be working with. And then we have a ATI, American Tactical, M1911 military style M1911. Now, these weapons have been cleared. You'll be able to see that down in there. These weapons have been cleared. That one's got some force to it. They have been cleared, all right. Now, what we're doing today is basically Dan here has never torn down a 1911 before. I'm going to show him how, and I'm going to show you guys how as well. There's some basic tools that you're going to need to do this.
Well, hang on, Ray. How important is gun safety?
Gun safety is very important, Dan. Obviously, if you're not safe, you could kill yourself. Alright, so basic tools that you're going to need to do to tear down on this. First, a flathead screwdriver. Now, make sure it is a proper fit and flathead screwdriver, as you don't want to go ahead and strip out some screws like I almost did with this 1911 right there. So you got to be very careful using the proper tooling when you take apart and put together your weapons.
I learned that in high school shop class.
I have nothing to say. Alright, so that's tool number one. Second tool is you need smarts. Be careful, take your time. I guess it's just us now. Get back over here, Dan. You need to learn this. Alright, so smarts. Be careful, take your time with your weapon. You really don't want to damage it in any way. Draw out diagrams, look stuff up online. Just be careful with your weapon. That's all it takes. Now one of them I already took apart and cleaned earlier today. Matter of fact, that's the ATI. So it's really nice and clean. And this instructional for Daniel is just on how to tear it down. Now the Colt firearm has not been cleaned yet, and it did hit the range today. So it is fairly dirty, and I'll be cleaning this one up. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started here. You ready to start this, Dan?
Can I beat it with a screwdriver now?
No.
Okay.
No, you may not. We're going to reposition the camera so that you have pretty much a top-down view of what we're doing here. And hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. This will take a while.
Because I don't have the smarts.
This particular gun or weapon system has 30 individual parts. This one has 29, and the only difference between the two actually is the grips. This one has one solid grip. This one actually has two individual grips on each side.
I can't wait to see YouTube comments all the way down. That had 37! Learn to count! Faking gay!
Alright, so here we go. Repositioning the camera now. Okay, now seeing as how we're doing this side by side, obviously we got to keep parts separated. They are somewhat interchangeable. They're both the 1911. 1911. It will squirt you in the eye.
Oh baby.
Alright, so first we're going to start on the same side of your firearm. Go ahead and for you, clear your weapon. Simple enough, just pull it back. Make sure there's nothing in there, no magazine, and drop the hammer. Drop the hammer. There you go. Okay. First, we're going to start by taking off the hand grips. So take your screwdriver, carefully position it in there, and remove your hand grips.
Nope, not happening here.
Not happening there?
Jeez, how tight did you... Ah, there we go.
It's not tight.
I just didn't want to strip it. Hey Josh, turn your flathead screws into hex bits.
Some of them come off nice and easy. This one does not. It's on there really tight. I can't get it off. So on the inside of the magazine, there is a opening where you can actually put your screwdriver down on the inside and carefully, gently, just apply pressure and it'll pop right off. Okay? Oh, there's that side. Do the other side, and while we're waiting for Dan to catch up,
Catch up, I'm ahead of you. Fuck.
we'll sing Jingle Bells or something. I don't know.
You sing Jingle Bells, I'll punch you in your
Jingle
ovary.
bells, jingle bells. Ah, it was my spleen. This side here, we got the opening. We can just put our thumb there and push the other one off.
So you just have to push it in here and... Oh yeah, look at there, right out.
Put her in there and apply slight pressure. There you go.
Yep. There we go.
All right. Now, one thing I did mention, or failed to mention, was you'll need some type of punch to actually knock your pins out. Now, not that type of punch, dumbass. Anyways, I use very small, elongated torch bits. It's the only punches, anything that resembles a punch that I have available. So here you go. You can have one. There you go. All right, we'll set that on the side for right now. We don't really need it at this point. Now we're going to go ahead and take off the slide. Place your firearm upright. Depress the front indentation tool right there. Or not tool, but depress that. Turn this piece right here on the very front in a clockwise direction, and slowly let the pin and spring assembly come out.
Just don't let it just rocket out of the
Don't let it just rocket out. It will go through the ceiling.
Oh, that's different.
Okay.
From the other gun, just
You want to show them, dude? You got yours out? Go ahead, and you can actually pull that all the way, or just leave it there. Okay. Now that that is actually
Mine's out
released,
way further than yours is.
now that that's actually released, turn your weapon over. That's fine.
Okay, we're gonna do this right
Yep. That works as well. You pulled yours out. Mine's still on there. We'll leave it on there. At this point in time, you don't have any tension on your firearm. You can actually pull the hammer back with your thumb. There you go.
Oh wow.
And run the slide backwards. Now, we look closely here. There's two indentions, two grooves. One here where the actual trigger lock, or not trigger lock, but slide lock engages to hold the slide back. And then a little further back, there's a smaller half moon style right there. Line it up with the half moon shape on the inside of here. You can actually see it by looking down. I don't know how well it shows on camera.
I see that.
Flip your weapon over and press on the bolt, the dot. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
From the other side, you can just lift that right out.
Huh.
Okay?
Okay.
Now your slide will just come straight forward and off the lower the frame.
All right, this
okay?
thing here just fell out.
I'll
What is
explain that in just a moment.
Okay.
Now that part there that he just showed you is actually part of the spring assembly. Okay? We'll explain how that actually goes in once we reassemble the weapon.
That's that right there. Okay.
Yes, that's that piece
because
right
I
there.
pulled my spring out.
Sits on the actual barrel itself and
Okay.
provides tension for when you fire your weapon so it can cycle.
Looks like a Nazi gun now.
Now, this actually piece right here, you just pull it right out the backside.
Okay, yours and mine are a little different now because mine doesn't have this.
You're looking at the different portion, buddy. That's the frame, this is the slide.
Yeah, I knew that. I don't have the smarts.
So we got the frame set off to the side, and we
Okay.
have the slide in front of us now. Orientate your slide upward again, and now we're going to take that piece we initially turned clockwise and turn it counterclockwise until when you look down inside, there's actually a small piece. I'll pull it off and show you right here. That small little ledge.
Gotcha.
You want to line that up with the actual release area of the weapon. It just pulls right out. So take that off,
Okay.
set that to the side.
Okay.
You can lay your weapon back down. Keep yours right there. I'm going to bring mine up to the camera. This right here, this pivoting piece of metal, that is actually a pin catch for the lever lock. It's what holds your barrel in place when you're firing, okay? Now, you want to make sure you ride that forward, okay? So on yours, it's upright. You want to ride that forward. Then just go ahead and push your barrel out of the firearm.
Yeah. There we go.
You just push it, slide it out of the firearm, out of the slide, okay? Set your barrel off on the side. All right?
How did that part?
Next piece is on the back of the slide, okay? You're going to take your punch, or a small tool of some sort. Sometimes I use my flathead screw, my small flathead screwdriver works as well. And on the back of the firing pin, you're going to press it down slightly till it goes inside, and just rock it slightly forward or towards the bottom of the slide. Take it out. Okay, once it's there, you can see that the firing pin is now locked down inside. With your thumb over the top, or in a position where you can protect the firing pin from flying out of the weapon.
Hang on. Okay, it's locked inside now.
Let's have a look here. Yep, that'll work. Okay.
Right.
Now that's the easiest way that I found to do this. Keeping your thumb over the top. Take your punch. Place it on the back plate, which is what we're removing right now. Turn it over. There you go. You want to go from the top down. And push the back plate out.
I'm not going. There you go. Not going on mine.
This one is normally a little bit tight, so
okay.
we'll put it up here.
I just don't want to break it. Seems like it's catching. And what did I do wrong there?
You just didn't apply enough pressure. Just gently, gently persuade it.
But it does need a good amount of pressure.
Yeah, gently persuade it. Okay, so that's out. Now, you're still,
Ooh, that's a
you
tiny
grab it like this, because that's where you were at.
Okay.
All right, so we had our thumb over it when we slid that back plate out, and that is to stop the firing pin from shooting out of the weapon. Right, you don't want to lose any parts. So now, go ahead and remove the firing pin. Set that aside.
There it is.
Okay, take your 1911 slide and turn it upside down and catch the spring. That's your firing pin spring. Set that to the side. How many parts are we up to now?
Enough.
Enough? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're up to 16 parts right now, and we're not done yet.
How are we not done yet?
Well, first off, the slide is fully apart, so we can set the slide off to the side.
Yay.
Grab your frame.
This is fun.
Drop the hammer. Ride the hammer forward. There you go. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, 17 parts. I didn't count that. All right, now, this is very tricky. You gotta be careful or else you're gonna scratch your weapon. You can bend your slide safety, your safety on this. So you gotta be very careful. This part can be tricky. All right, orientation. Turn it over. On the back side of your firearm. Actually, we're going to start at the bottom. I'm sorry. At the bottom of your firearm, okay, there's a pin. We're going to knock that pin out. Grab your punch and something to tap with, and just give it a very light tap. Here, you can use that one.
I got it.
Okay, until it starts to move through to the other side. Actually, I should have done it the other way. I'm going to do it the other way. The other way has
a dimple.
The other way has a dimple, yes. Set your punch inside the dimple and give it a couple taps until it starts to come out. Yes, we're taking this all the way out. There you go, catch that.
I did it.
He did. All right, this one here is very easily identifiable by the indentation that it has in the center of the pin. Okay?
We know that's the bottom.
So we know that that's the bottom one, exactly.
Okay.
That's another part. We're going to set that one to the side.
So I'm
now,
guessing that we're taking this one out too.
No, not yet.
Okay.
First, we're going to remove the back plate on the handguard. Nope,
Okay.
not worried about that pin.
Okay.
All right, so what we're going to do is, using your thumbs in the back of it, apply downward pressure to slide this out.
Nice.
Okay, remove that piece, set it to the side. All right, next piece we're going to remove is the
Safety.
one of the safeties, the second safety here. All right, now this actually removes two parts. When you remove this, you're also removing your safety select lever. All right, again, from the other side. Now this one doesn't have a dimple, okay? So from this side here, we're going to take our our punch. Now I'm going to use the flat end of my punch this time around. Let me have the thicker one. And we're just going to knock this thing until it's flush. Should take 1 or 2 hits.
We're hitting this one right here?
Yes, that one right there. Actually, hang on a second. What you want to do is actually have it off the side of an edge, and bring the camera forward here a little bit.
Also, hammer came back. There we go.
Have it off the side of the edge, because what you're doing is you're going to be hitting this into the table, so you don't really want to do that.
Well, that's a pain in my tail. Okay, so I've got a flush here.
Okay, hang on. I gotta catch up with you.
Oh, sorry.
Mine didn't want to go.
Oh, I just smashed. Use this.
There it goes. Okay. Let's move the camera back again.
Just pry that off.
Oh, no. Very carefully. You gotta be careful. This part here, very delicately.
So YouTube, don't just pry that off.
Yeah, don't just pry that off, okay? Unless you are extremely delicate, because this
stupid.
piece, being the gunmetal that it can be flexible, okay? On good 1911s, well, I shouldn't say good, but brand new 1911s that are well worn in.
Well, not like this one.
These normally, once you get past this spring right here, inside this piece, this part here, there's a spring that's low tension, which lines up with a dimple on the selector here. Once you get past that, this comes out easily. Sometimes it could be a pain in the backside. So what I normally do...
You can see here on this gun, there's some pry marks here.
Yeah, somebody did that. So what I'm going to do is very carefully, I'm going to take my small flathead, and I'm going to go between the 2 pins. Carefully, just rotate it until it comes up.
Okay.
And mine came up, okay?
Can I use yours?
The biggest, yeah, do that underneath the camera here, and carefully.
Oh, God, so 30 billion people can see me fuck this up.
You see the 2 pins on the inside?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna go down in between the 2.
And rotate gently until it comes up.
And rotate gently until it comes up.
Oh, put too much pressure on it.
Gently, let's see here if we put her in there and we give it a little downward pressure. Let's go ahead and make
So
sure.
this is a gentler way of saying pry it up with a screwdriver.
All the way. Let's go ahead and.
It's like the worst part so far.
No, this is actually the easiest of the parts. No, I'm just kidding. No, this is
Okay.
this is the actual difficult part. Now this weapon has been giving me a lot of trouble with this particular part. I'm feeling a replacement coming up soon on this particular item, but see if I can manually release that indent spring there. Pry her up. There we go. I think it's coming. There we go. Okay.
There we go.
There we go. We got her up. All right. So. Camera goes back
Shaky
again.
camera.
All right. Now that you have it in the upright position,
Wait,
okay,
what?
you can go ahead and pull it out the rest of the way.
Oh. He uses the U term relatively loosely.
I should say, okay, go ahead and bring it over here.
Yeah.
No, we don't need that anymore.
All right.
Gently, just pull
Okay.
upwards, and it'll come right out. Okay. There you go.
Set it aside.
Set that aside.
Oh, that's messed up.
All right, grab your weapon, your
Yeah.
frame, and we're just going to go ahead and remove the safety.
Look at that.
Go ahead and set that to the side. All right. Now on the inside, you got a couple of springs right there. You got your trigger,
Yeah.
fire pin assembly. We're going to remove the hammer now. Okay?
Okay.
These parts are real easy to remove, and they only come out from one side, as if you're holding the weapon in a firing position. the right-hand side, we're going to push that way on these pins. These pins do have a ledge on the other side. So take your punch. This one here is for the trigger, and just slightly push. They are very loose. They are very loose.
Look at that.
Yep, falls right out. Take that pin. You're going to set it right there. I'm going to show this one to YouTube and see if I can get a decent close-up on this. I don't know if you can see that. That pin has a ledge on it. So it only goes in one way, and it corresponds with the actual firearm. Now, this is the right-hand side. That's the hole that it goes in. Okay. The left-hand side is slightly larger and actually has a small lip right there that the ledge fits into. Okay.
And this, of course, is your hammer and your hammer safety.
Yep. So you remove the hammer, set that aside. Okay.
You just get the head of this.
This is on backwards. Yeah, I'm putting it back together so I can take it apart again. All right. Next part is going to be the spring assembly on the back.
Yes.
Okay. Sometimes this is down actually all the way, which there we go. It's down all the way.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and tinker with it. It will eventually just pop right off.
On mine, I had to push it in, and then it fell down, and I just pulled it out.
It fell down and pulls right out. Okay. So take that and set it to the side.
And the it we're talking about is that little thing right there. It was up, I pushed in, it fell down, and then I was able to pull that spring right out.
There you go. All right. The next assembly we're going to take down is the sear pin. Okay, the sear pin assembly. There's two parts to this.
Like searing a steak?
Not that type of sear.
Oh, like Sears and Roebuck?
If you'd like. Okay. Again, from the right-hand side of the frame, we're just going to take our punch and simply push left. Again, it is just absolute ease to push that through and pull it out.
In the face. You lie. Did I mention this is the first time I've done this? Yeah, you have fun with that. Okay, it was not that easy when I tried it. I loosened it up for him.
Okay, here you go.
Shut up, Ray.
We'll put that back in for you.
Well, so I can do it again. Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome. All right, so now with that pin, when that pin removed, just turn your weapon upside down and give it a bump in your hand, and the two pieces of the sear assembly will release.
What does this do?
This is what the trigger arm catches on.
Okay.
And what the hammer catches on. And which actually is the piece that it rocks when you pull that trigger, and it rocks and then it releases real quick, and the trigger actually rolls forward.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So take your sear assembly, put it off on the side. Okay. The next part is going to be the actual trigger itself and the magazine release. Oh, one more thing I failed to say you can remove is the spring on the left side of the frame. You can remove that as well for lubrication and cleaning. And it's just a spring. Just pull it out nice and easily, two pieces, and it only goes in one way.
Yeah.
Okay, so set that aside. Now we'll do the magazine. Now this one here, you're going to need another screwdriver, a proper size. Now, before you do yours, let me show YouTube and show you. You're going to take your magazine release and press it in as far as it will go.
Yep, that pushes it up.
Pushes it up on this side. Now this one here has a very strong spring.
So does this one.
Okay. When it's like this, let's come up close here. You can see that inside your magazine release on the right-hand side of the frame, there is a small set screw. Okay. That set screw will only turn when you have the magazine release depressed. Okay. Yes, and it can be very difficult when you have a tight magazine release, such as I have. Now, once you have that depressed, you're going to take that set screw and turn it counterclockwise. Okay? And once it's there, the magazine release just just flops. It becomes real light, okay? And turn it all the way until it releases, and then your magazine will literally just come right out.
Counterclockwise?
Counterclockwise. And we'll go and set that on the side, and we'll have Dan bring it over.
Yeah. Oh, it stayed there.
Actually, then you're almost there.
Yep.
This one is been the bane of my existence, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I can see it's pretty worse for the. Oh God.
There we go. All right, that's been released. So you can go ahead and now pull that out.
Just pull this out.
Just pull it out. Push it to one side and pull it out the other.
What?
There you go. All right.
Put that there.
All right, with that out, take your trigger, take your finger on your trigger, and just push it backwards.
Shush.
That, again, your 1911, the ATI 1911, is very
I got it.
particular. Now, with yours, some of y'all out there might have this problem as well. You see his trigger piece is rather tight in there. You can't really just get it out very easily, okay? Carefully with your screwdriver, make sure your trigger is all the way back as far as it will go. Rest it here, carefully, the shaft. And underneath on the inside, I said shaft, and just go ahead and apply light, even pressure, and it will come up, okay? Once you have it that far, you should be able to take and pull it the rest of the way.
I could do that.
There you go. All right, we have broken this thing down as far as it's going to go. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 parts to the M1911A1 Colt firearms.
And I count 29 because of the attached.
Yes, his hand grips is a custom set of grips with a rubber finger wrap on it. It's all one piece, so we're only counting that as one piece. Actually, technically, you could take this apart too. Seriously.
So that makes me one more and one.
Look at that. We got
little hex bits.
not hex picks.
Security torques. What?
Oh, good God, I can't think of it now.
Things that
Yes.
require tools.
It requires tools.
Use
All right.
my tool.
That's the teardown. The ATI with that particular hand grips has 29 pieces. And the M1911A1 Colt firearms has 30 individual pieces to make this firearm function and function correctly.
Hey Ray, I don't
Yeah.
think.
All right,
We back?
we're back. Yeah. We
shot
ran out
the
of our
camera.
we ran out of our 30-minute allotment on the camera, so I'm recording again.
We have like 60 cameras shipped in a month, and I end up shooting them. So we're on camera 17 and a half.
All right, so that's the breakdown of the M1911s, firearms from Colt and from ATI. As you can see, they are very similar in how they are. And there's Dan. We have the M1911 that I myself broke down. We have 30 individual components right there. And then over here we have the 1911 that Dan broke down while he was sitting here with me. We have 29 individual components here.
19, I ate the other 10.
Well, you are a hungry man, aren't you? Yeah, no.
Like a goat.
All right.
Screwdriver.
Yep, here you go. All right, so YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and clean this 1911 I got sitting right here in front of me first.
On the next video, right?
No, I'm going to clean it now.
Okay.
I'm not going to record it. I'm just going to clean it. And when we get ready to put it back together, We'll come back and we'll record putting both weapon systems back together again. Again, we're teaching Dan here how to assemble, disassemble, clean, and assemble the M1911 firearm.
I like trains.
So we'll see you guys in a bit after I get done cleaning this.
So,
All right, so you take that pen.
Things are falling out.
That's bad.
Oh, God.
We need to find that.
Oh, God.
What did you drop?
I don't know, but it was shiny.
Okay.
It's right there. Hold this. It's right there.
You dropped this sear pin.
Hey!
Oh, my goodness.
Got it out.
Okay, the sear and sear pin.